All right, so I'm gonna show you exactly how to write your YouTube descriptions, but before we do that, we're gonna actually take a look at what YouTube has to say so that way you can know the benefit of doing this in the first place. So as you can see right here, it says tips for video descriptions. So YouTube says YouTube is one of the largest search engines in the world. Writing descriptions with keywords can help viewers find your videos more easily through search. That tells us that when you highly optimize your description, that's gonna allow you to rank up in the search engines, which is ultimately gonna lead to more views, right? So now that you understand that, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and I'm gonna go through my template and we're gonna walk through what you will want to include inside of your YouTube description. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go through this YouTube description template so you can know exactly what you need to include inside of your YouTube description. And then I'm gonna show you exactly what can happen when you actually follow what I'm gonna show you here in this video, all right? So let's get into it. All right, so first thing you can see right here, it says line number 1, you wanna include your keyword here. So what I like to do to make this simple is I just go ahead and put my title as the first line inside of my description. Why do I do this? Because the first 125 characters of your YouTube description is the most important when we're talking about ranking, okay? So keep that in mind as we continue. So line number 2/3 is the most important call to action, all right? So I just went ahead and messed that up, but you can see right here it says most important call to action. So what I'm saying with that is, if you know that you're trying to sell a specific product in your video, you wanna have that specific affiliate link right there. Or if it's your own product, or if you wanna, go ahead and build your list with some type of lead magnet, you wanna make sure that you have the most relevant link up at the top. So that way, let's say for instance, you just go ahead and drop a whole bunch of links and you say, yeah, check the links in the description. What if that link is not the first link that they see? Now they gotta go searching, right? You don't want people to have to go through a long process because typically when that happens, people end up taking no action. All right, so that's why I always say, go with the most relevant link up at the top. All right, next thing, right here it says subscribe, right? So typically what I do is I'll put a subscribe link like this, and this only makes sense on the video because the sub_confirmation 1 is a link that's gonna automatically allow them to subscribe. So when they click on it, it's gonna open up the YouTube channel and it's gonna automatically do like a little prompt that says, go ahead and subscribe now. But like if you're trying to take somebody from like Facebook over to YouTube, that might not necessarily make sense because if they've never watched any of your content, how do they even know that they want to subscribe, right? So you just gotta want to think about the type of link that you want to go ahead and put in there. All right, so now the next thing, contact information. Now this one is kind of optional. If you want to go ahead and put your number in there, you could do that. But one thing I do recommend is if you do put like a social media in there, make sure that's your most active social media platform, right? So for me, my most active social media other than YouTube is Facebook. So on Facebook, I'm able to, have communication with the people that come over from YouTube. So it only makes sense that I use Facebook for the most active social media there. Now, I don't always do this, but I have done this in the past. So this is just an option that you can use, all right? All right, next thing, craft a few sentences that make sense that include your primary and other relevant keywords throughout the description. So this is where you make sure that you include your primary keyword. What I like to do is I like to make sure that I include it a minimum of 3 times, right? Sometimes I'll do 2, but the primary one, I want it in there 2 to 3 times. The next thing is you want to make sure that you have the most relevant keywords that are related to your primary keyword inside of your description. And don't worry, I'm gonna show you all of this inside of my description here in a moment. I just kind of want to go through this template so you actually know what you need to actually include in there. All right, next thing, timestamps. So timestamps, I usually recommend timestamps for more like longer videos, just being completely honest with you. So that way they don't have to sit through a video that's like 20-30 minutes long and they wondering like what's coming next, right? So you want to make the user experience, fairly smooth. All right, so next thing, second to last line. So this is where I include my title again. So I like to think about it like code. If you might not necessarily know too much about website code, but with website code, there's an entry point and then there's the end point, right? So I like to use my title as that entry point and then also that end point. So boom, we start with the title and then we end with the title, but then under that, this is where we throw in some additional resources. So I might throw in some additional affiliate links on the different tools that I use, like some Amazon things like my camera, the webcam that I'm recording on right now, and so on and so on. But I make sure that I put those at the bottom and not by the most relevant link. So let's say, for instance, they see the most relevant link up at the top, and then they see the ones down there at the bottom as they continue to scroll. They might check those things out, and then I might still end up making some type of commission or get them to go over to another video. it just really depends on what you're trying to do. All right, next thing, hashtags. Okay, so hashtags, I usually just go ahead and make sure I have those as the absolute last thing inside of my description. All right, so let me actually go over here to one of the tools that I use to actually do this, and you're gonna see this pretty much broken down exactly how I just did it on the template. So right here, you can see I got my title first, and this is actually for this video, and it's gonna kind of be an experiment. What I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna actually try to rank this video right here, #1 for this particular keyword, how to write a good description for YouTube. All right, and if you see this as the first thing and you searched it, let me know down below in the comments. I would love to know if what I'm sharing with you is actually something that works, right? Because I'm really that person that's all about proof. All right, so #1, boom, we got our title. Then we got the most relevant link, which is the copy.ai link. And then you can see right here, yourdreamsareal.today. And then you can see right here, I got another link. But the most relevant link is the link that I'm trying to get people to go through for a very, very helpful tool that I know that's going to benefit them. And then right here, we got our subscribe link, just how we saw. And then right here, this is where I actually got my most relevant keywords. And then you can see the yellow, the dark yellow is the primary keyword, right? So this is the one that I'm trying to rank for. You can see it right there. And as you can see, it's in there a total of 3 times. That's it, right? I'm not trying to do no keyword stuffing or anything like that. And then the next thing is these light yellow ones, right? So these light yellow ones are more of the additional keywords that are within inside of, you know, the description. And then as we go down here, we can see we got those additional resources that we was talking about that are at the bottom of my description, which is the webcam I'm recording on right now, you know, the mic and all of my additional equipment. And then down here, I got my subscribe again. And then I got down here, I got the hashtags for this particular video. So you just want to structure your thing in a way that, you know, just makes it easier for the viewer, especially when it comes to affiliate links. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually show you how you can write a description like this super fast. All right, so we're gonna start from the keyword itself, and then I'm gonna go ahead and write the description and show you the most efficient way to do it. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna go with how to grow on TikTok fast. Okay, how to grow on TikTok fast 2023. So I'm gonna just go with that as my keyword. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and hit choose for step #4. Okay, so now this is where I get into optimizing my description. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take this title right here. I'm gonna go over to my Google Doc where I have my prompts. Matter of fact, I did it backwards. So let me just go ahead and do it the way I usually do it. So first I'm gonna go ahead and copy this prompt right here, because this is a prompt that I created that helps me write an optimized YouTube description, not just a random one, all right? All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over to a tool called copy.ai. So copy.ai is an AI content writer that has over 90+ different tools that you could use for content creation, productivity, etc. All right? But we're gonna be focusing on the chat tool today. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come right here, we're gonna click on chat, and there'll be a link down below in the description, which will be the first link as I talked about earlier in the video, and you could actually get started for free. And if you decide to upgrade within the first 4 days, you'll get up to 40% off for the first year. All right, so let's go ahead and continue. So what you wanna do is you wanna come here in this little chat box, and you wanna go ahead and paste this in here just like this. This is the script. Write a YouTube description that starts by asking a thought-provoking question for a video titled how to write a YouTube channel description, or whatever the title is for your video. And make sure to include all these words in the description. How the description, you'll see exactly how it works, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back over here. And as of right now, Morning Fame already gave me these different keywords. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the 2022 one, and we're just gonna roll with those. Now, what we wanna do from here is we wanna click right here where it say highlight tags. So I'm gonna click on highlight tags, and what it's gonna do is it's gonna say, add these words from your tags. So what we wanna do is we wanna go ahead and copy these, all of these words, because all of them are important. Remember earlier in the video, I showed you the dark keywords, which was the primary, and then I also showed you the relevant keywords in there that they highlighted that were lighter. All right, so that's what these are. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy these, I'm gonna come back over here, and then right here where it says include all of these words in the description, I'm gonna go ahead and copy all of these, and then I'm gonna go ahead and replace those with the ones that I'm trying to do. Then I'm gonna come back over here, copy this, which is the title, come back here, and I'm gonna replace this right here, which is the title part of the prompt. So now at this point, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and click on this, and then now it's gonna write me a description based on the instructions that I gave it. save it. So are you struggling to understand how the TikTok algorithm works and how to get more followers on the platform? You see, it started with that thought-provoking question, and then look no further. In this video, we'll be explaining how to grow on TikTok fast in 2023. So what I would do from here is I would take this and I would come back over here, and what it should do is it should take all of these keywords inside of here to make sure that we highly optimize. So I'm gonna go in here just like that. So as you can see, it kept like explained and update, but it pretty much filled in all the most important keywords. So then what I typically do is I wanna make sure I have my title in there just like what I was saying. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the enter button, put my title right there, boom, there that goes. And now you can see how it highlights right there, right? And then what I like to do is right after the description again, boom, I have my title to close it off, just like I was explaining earlier when I was talking about when it comes to code, you wanna have something that has an entry point and you wanna have the part that ends the particular description. And then after that, I have additional resources in my hashtags. And just so you can see that this actually works, I'm gonna go ahead and show you some of the results from some of the rankings I've been getting, all right? So let me actually go over here to the search box and I'm gonna type in how to write a YouTube channel description, okay? So I'm gonna type that in real quick and I'm gonna just go ahead and hit enter and we're gonna see if I'm ranking #1. So let's go ahead and scroll down. This is an ad right here, but you can see my video from 2 months ago is ranking #1, leveraging the same description formula I just laid out for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you another video, how to write email marketing. All right, so there it is, how to write email marketing content. If we come over here, you can see this is an ad right here. This is my other channel. Boom, we're ranking #1, applying the same exact description formula that I was talking about, and of course my other ranking formulas. So hopefully you got some value from this video, and if you did, definitely go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Also, if you want to get access to Copy.ai, go ahead and use that first link down below in the description. That'll give you instant access for free. Now, if you want to upgrade and you feel like, hey, I want to be able to use some of the other cool tools they have, then I definitely recommend you go ahead and take that action because it's a very, very powerful tool. Look forward to seeing you in the next video. Peace.